Biden lost a whole county in Michigan, not to Marianne Williamson or Dean Phillips, but to uncommitted. And this video is just to show and illustrate further how the uncommitted campaign is a problem for the Biden administration. I just would hope that the uncommitted campaign would join the strategy of abandon Biden and not vote for him in November. But let's listen to Nico House break this down.
Hey everybody, Joe Biden just won the Michigan primary, but I assure you, he has absolutely no reason to celebrate. He has no reason to celebrate because, yeah, he may have won the Michigan primary, but 100,000 people voted uncommitted. Now, we're not talking uncommitted like they just showed up to the polls and decided, I don't know who I'm gonna vote for, and the pollsters automatically put uncommitted. I mean, they deliberately voted uncommitted. Now, Biden's team is trying to make the argument that uncommitted doesn't necessarily mean anti-Biden, but I'm here to tell you, they full of shit. It absolutely means anti-Biden. You see, Biden's campaign fell victim to the abandoned Biden movement, a movement mostly of Arab Americans who made it very clear, unless you change your shitty policy when it comes to Israel and Gaza, you're not getting our votes, and we're going to tell everybody else to not vote for you as well. A movement, I might add, that made their message so clear and coherent that Biden literally lost in a county to uncommitted, a county mostly filled with Arab Americans. And I want to be very clear about something. This is a nuclear development for the Biden campaign because the Israel-Palestine situation isn't going anywhere, and Michigan holds some significance when it comes to the elections. You see, Biden actually understood how important it is to win Michigan handedly, and that it's also equally as important to make it seem like this movement of abandoned Biden doesn't have any sting. And there's a reason for that. He understood this so much that he actually lied and said that he's anticipating a ceasefire backed by the United States on Monday, and even Netanyahu.
Yes. And we talked about this too. Maybe it was just my stream, or maybe it could have been a Nick and CJ. That was a completely made up thing. The ice cream thing. Oh yeah, we're planning a ceasefire. That was meant to affect the vote of uncommitted. I guess he thought people were going to go, oh, he's working on the ceasefire. Let me go ahead and not show up and vote. Uncommitted? Really? But, you know, I guess that was a strategy, but that was a complete lie, as Nico was pointing out here.
And Hamas were like, well, what the fuck are you talking about? That is not about to happen. Because he was fully aware of this abandoned Biden movement. The reason why is because, as you see right here, Biden won in 2020, and Biden won Michigan. In 2016, Trump won, and Trump won Michigan. Oh, but in 2012, Barack Obama won, and Barack Obama won Michigan. As a matter of fact, people, every presidential candidate who's gone on to win the election, except for George W. Bush in 2001, won Michigan. And in most of those cases, they were only decided by about 100,000 or so votes. You see, Michigan is not only a swing state, but it's somewhat of a barometer for how the rest of the country feels about the job you've done or will do as president. And Michigan voters, the ones who will swing the state one way or the other, they made it very clear. Your Zionist genocide apartheid policy is fucking trash. In other words, fucked around, entered the room, and got well acquainted with find out. Biden, you thought this Israel-Palestine issue wasn't important, but now it's about to cost you the election, and hopefully anybody who backs your bullshit apartheid genocidal policy of weaponizing fucking baby killers, oh, because in the election too. Ciao, ciao.
That's right. That is Real Nico House fire video from the hotspot. Make sure you're following hotspot on Twitter. That's what we're on. And again, you heard about this. He shouted out this headline. Mike Figueroa did, that is in the intro video, shouted out this headline. Washington State's largest labor union endorses uncommitted over Biden due to his funding of Netanyahu's war in Gaza. So uncommitted is continuing on. I think in the video with Mike Figueroa, he showed some headlines from Colorado. He also showed this one here. We don't need to go into the actual story. The story is the headline. That's enough there. This is what Hillary Clinton said that got Katie Halper to call her out. It's a short thread. This past weekend, we watched as Russia's aggression continued to displace thousands of families in Ukraine, taking the greatest toll on Ukrainian children. As we mark the 2-year anniversary of the Russian invasion, more than 19,000 Ukrainian children still need to be brought back home from Russia. I was honored to meet the Save Ukraine, an organization that helps rescue the rehabilitate Ukrainian children kidnapped by Russia. It was wrenching to learn about the experiences of these names here. I will just let you see on the screen, but their stories must be heard. I know you'll be equally moved by the urgent message these courageous young people recently brought to Congress. Watch below. And that is Hillary Clinton putting on her humanitarian hat and saying, listen, humanitarian crisis is going on in Ukraine, the humanitarian crisis of kidnapped kids. What did she say? Like thousands, 10,000, 19,000 of them need to come back home. This is a disaster. And Katie Halper sees this tweet thread and goes, really? That's a disaster? And she says, have we watched what Israel is doing to Palestinian children? And that's a spot. That is a, of course, Hillary Clinton probably didn't even write that, or is probably not even seeing this, but just hypothetically speaking, if she saw this, she got ratioed because Hillary Clinton had 8,000 likes, and of course, Katie Halper ratioed her with more than doubling that with 18,000. Let's just see some of people's reaction after the ratio. The women and children of Libya would like a word after you did worse to their country. And that's a video showing that. You cheered when you did that yourself to the children of Libya, but I bet you don't think about that too deeply because you know you did wrong. You are truly grotesque. And here goes Margaret Kimberly. You're good with killing Palestinian kids? That's fine with you? Spot on, Margaret.